I recently demonstrated how this 120 Chevy Volt charger can actually be plugged into a dryer outlet and charge at 240 Chevy volts using this sketchy adapter. Now, I don't actually tend to use my dryer very much because I don't like to cook my clothes, and I've recently found out from Technology Connections about a 120 volt heat pump option that won't cook your clothes. I do still want the option to use it. And that's where this switch comes in. I can plug this in there, plug my dryer in here, and my electric car in here. When the dryer is running, it will send power to the dryer. When the dryer is not running, it'll send power to the car charger. So I'm going to mount that onto the wall real quick. I have marked on the wall the 4 points where I want to drill into it. And I'm not sure if there's a beam behind here or not, so I'm going to go start with a small drill bit. That one is through drywall. And that one is through drywall, which means the bottom two should be as well. Now, I did try to mount it level. However, something is clearly not level on this wall, because when I tried to mount it level, it looked very unlevel. Now, since I know that there are no beams back there, I will use the drywall anchors it came with, if it will focus, AV moment, and I will use this drill bit to drill out that size. That center. Now to stick the anchors in there. That might actually be a little bit too small, so I will go up a size. But I figured it makes more sense to start out a little bit small, then go too big, and then they don't fit in right. So let's go up one size. Should be pretty straightforward. Now, hopefully these fit in. I think perhaps with a little persuasion they might. Hopefully, because I don't have a bigger drill bit besides one of these stepped bits. Hold on a second. Yep, with a little persuasion for my hammer, it goes in quite nicely. Let me do the other three real quick. Anchors are in, so now I need to screw this thing down. So I got the top two in. I figured it'd be easier to do it off camera in case things go wrong. I must say, I'm not impressed with these drywall anchors. I might have to replace them in the future. But let me at least screw one in on camera. Yeah, I feel like it's just pushing it into the wall. As I turn, it's just going to pull the drywall anchor out and possibly spin it. So yeah, I'm not super thrilled with these drywall anchors. And remember, that was with a little bit of hammering to go in. That one felt a little bit better. That one seems to spin. Let me do this last one real quick. It's hidden behind the wire, but it should be doable. Okay, with that installed onto the wall, let's plug it in and flip the breaker, and we should get a display, which we do. So now let's plug the dryer in on this side. hold on a second. I don't trust this to hold it. Okay, well that was really tough to get in, and given I still don't fully trust how this is mounted, it was a little sketchy. Also, I should have turned it off first. But you can see it's on EV, so if I turn the dryer on, see if it turns the dryer. Yeah, you can see the EV light went out when I turned the dryer on. Now the dryer is off. And it switched back to EV, so that is good. Okay, now there we go. I may actually have to move this a little bit. Hold on. Okay, I have that plugged in. This is actually an extension cord, and maybe it's still a little bit shorter than it should be. I know a 240 volt extension cord is a little weird, but it should be fine. So this, if it will focus, is the charger down here. I'll probably wall mount that. This is the other end of the extension cord. My reasoning for that is there's actually plenty of wire, but I figure I'd rather have a bundle of extra wire up here. Here's the extra wire, by the way. But yeah, I'd rather have the extra wire so that, for example, if my friend who has a Tesla comes here and wants to charge, it will reach. Although technically I could have gotten away with it. So let's plug in the car. And you can see it is charging. And now if I start the dryer, it should stop. Yeah, you can see the light went out. So let's stop the dryer. And you should see the light come on. Yep. So that works perfectly. Now, the Volt does have an unplugged alarm, like an alarm that will go off if you unplug it, so I definitely need to have that disabled, which I do. With that properly set up though, I can now, I can now charge my car at 240 volts, which is nice. And I can run my dryer if I have anything I want to dry, which again is not a lot of stuff, so I don't know if it was worth it, but it's pretty neat.